what led to that shift in focus and expansion of your overall business plan?
Well, basically, a couple of years, a year ago, we decided that we were going to fight the battle of the oil business. In the oil business, I was basically distributed within a 100-mile radius of Tampa. I was never aggressive enough to go further. I stayed in that basically 100-mile radius. Well, people started coming into the Tampa market because we're such a growing market from all over the country. I mean, your Wawa's and Thornton's and Circle K and so. And we decided I'm not gonna sit there and fight this. So 7-Eleven came along and offered us a reasonable deal. So we leased a bunch of our stuff to them and sold them some stuff, and they took over the distribution of the fuel. The reason we changed basically to the rating oil company, the rating oil still exists, but the rating group basically was my younger son, my youngest son and my middle son, who both worked with me for the last 20 years, were taken over more or less, and this was how they decided to go.
Joe references two sons, and it really speaks to another level or issue that so many of our small businesses face. I was telling Joe the story, he started laughing that my middle son was probably 11 at the time, and we're riding home, and he asked the question, well, Dad, do you have a will? Remember, this is an 11-year-old asking, did I have a will? So I'm intrigued. What's caused you to ask this question? What are you planning, sir? And he said, well, no, Dad, I just need to know who you're going to leave Morrison and Associates to in your will. It was a great question. I don't know what triggered it. I had never given thought to what I would do with our firm when I either retired or the day came when I would pass on. And so my quick reaction was, well, Edward, I'll probably just leave it to the three of you, and one of you can be the chairman of the board, one could be the CEO, and one could be the CFO. And he said, okay. But then I didn't realize my daughter, who's the youngest, was listening. And she said, after they left, she came up to me and she tapped me on the shoulder. She said, Daddy, you know I cannot work with them. I said, well, baby, I thought you were going to be the chairman of the board. Oh, okay, I'm good. We're good. So I share that story, and I share that story with Joe, because one of the projects I've mentioned that they're involved with now is the renovation of Las Novedades into this hotel. But Joe, walk us back to what led to the purchase, not only of that property, but a number of other historic buildings, or being involved with the restoration of a number of historic buildings in Ybor City.
Well, when I think back on how I got involved with buying these old buildings, people thought I was crazy. They wanted to lock me up, to be truthful with you. But I was sort of scared. I mean, I was really upset they were knocking down some buildings that shouldn't have been knocked down. And I decided, well, I think I can buy some of these buildings and fix them and keep them as buildings and repair and restore them. And it got once you did one, and you say, well, now we'll do another one. And where if you've got that in you, that drives you're gonna do things, you're gonna keep going. It's just pick and choose what you want to do, what you're gonna do, and go get it done. It's always been. But I think the first building I ever bought was a corral building in Ybor City, and it's on the corner of 19th Street and 2nd and 3rd Avenue. And I think I paid like $220,000 for it at the time. And they thought they want to lock me up. 200, what are you buying that for? I said, hey, and today it's an outstanding office complex, and it's been rented. the opportunity just came, like I say, it's just a matter. If you're gonna do something like that, make sure you do it right. Don't scam, and don't cut corners. And fix it right the first time, then you gotta bother with it anymore. It'll come back and be played blessings. That's, I've had some of my friends that, just stupidity. They buy a building, all they wanna do is rent it. They don't wanna fix it properly, and the roofs are, the first thing you're gonna fix, make sure the roof's leak, you fix it. Fix it the first thing you do. Go fix that roof. And then I did, fix the roof first. I might be a year or 2 or 3 before I could do something else, but stop that roof from leaking, because that water does some serious damage.
Title of this program today, Changing Your Community and Growing Your Business, You Must and Can Do Both. Many of us know Joe not from his business activities, but his involvement with not-for-profit entities and organizations. He mentioned Boys and Girls Club, St. Peter Claver. He's been involved with aggressively Academy Prep over on 15th and Columbus Drive. That has nothing to do with the business or businesses you heard described. Joe, let's start this part of the conversation with this question. Share with those in attendance, these business owners, your philosophy regarding being involved in the community outside your day-to-day business.
You've got to give back. If you're in a position to give back, you've got to give back, and you've got to help them. There's so many needs out there. He said, I do a little bit with the younger kids, and right here in Tampa, there's kids that go home at night hungry, and then they don't get to eat again until the next morning when they come to school. And I think it's our responsibility to try to step up and take care of these kids, try to help these kids. And I guess I learned this from my father. I learned it many years ago when I was probably 12 years old at the time. I went to the Ybor City Boys Club. It's not called Ybor City, it's closed. Anyway, at that time, they used to have showers and all that. So it was a boys club. It was not a boys and girls club. So it was a boys club, and I got through playing, and they had showers. I took a shower. When I came back, my shoes were gone. I had to, and at that time, we didn't have these stupid cell phones and all that foolishness. So I walked home from the Boys and Girls Club all the way home, which was about a mile and a half, probably a mile and a half, with no shoes. My feet were killing me by the time I got home. I'm ranting and raving, and my dad says, take it easy. They probably needed them worse than you did. I said, yeah, but you didn't have to walk home. So, and I think my dad was the big reason about giving back, and also the Jesuit. I went to Jesuit, and that was something to try to help others, and I think it was very important. It was something. There was a priest by the name of Father Lashley, and him and I, he loved me and I loved him, but I did everything I could do. He had a fundraiser that he used to do for the blind, what do you call it, for the missions. And he had never been beat. His class always won. Well, I said, he ain't gonna win this year, we're gonna beat him. And we did. And he loved it. He made it, our group was nothing to do with him, beat him, raise more money than he did. So it was just something that, just get aggressive, do what you enjoy, get it. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. Technically, that's basically the whole thing. Enjoy it and get involved.
Joe, share with everyone in attendance, and all these small businesses are, we're talking about a wide range of businesses that are in front of us. Share with these business owners, if you had to just pick 2 best business practices that you've incorporated